Hi, I'm Mickey from Brandywine Farm in Appalachia, Tennessee, and we're an off-grid sustainable farm. And today I'm going to talk about how to roast your own coffee beans. We subscribe to Backwoods Home magazine, and this month's issue they talked about how to take green coffee beans and roast them yourself and then grind them for some great coffee. We tried it. Our first round was a little dark, but it was really fantastic coffee. I went on the internet and I found the Captain's Coffee, and I picked out a organic Peruvian blend of coffee for a whole pound. It was only like $5.50, and these are green coffee beans, and I'll show you what they look like. You can see they're green, and they store for a very long time compared to regular coffee. So what we're doing is getting about a cup of beans, peel them back up again. Like I said, these last for a very long time when you store them. Also, the great thing about the Captain's Coffee, they have several different varieties of beans that are, they actually pay the farmer directly for the beans, and it's called fair trade. So that way the farmer gets the money and not some big corporate middleman. The farmer gets directly paid for the coffee that we buy. So that's another plus of buying the green beans. So you can see we only have this much. I got this Whirlybird popcorn popper from that was featured in the magazine from Amazon.com, and it has a geared little turner in here that turns the. You can see in here it turns. When you turn this, it mixes it all the time. So the instructions said for you to heat this up, and for us, we have propane, and this is a high-speed burner. So that was the trouble that we got into last time, is that this burner heated it up a lot faster than what we thought the instructions said. So anyway, after this kind of gets heated up, it says use a thermometer and some other instructions I saw, but I can't see how you can easily use a thermometer when you're doing this. So anyway, we just throw these in there. And last time we timed this at about 3 minutes or so. Get it centered on there. Just get them nice and hot, and then I'll turn the heat down. But you want to keep stirring them during this whole process. And in the article, they talk about the first crack and the second crack. And you'll hear them. It's almost like popping popcorn. The first crack is a really loud pop. And I think that's the bean is actually splitting open, and they'll start releasing CO2 and moisture. And then after that, they actually start roasting, and then you can peek in and see them getting colored. You have to just kind of, with your own stove, just kind of determine what heat setting and watch the time. This is our second one. Like I said, the first time took over about 5 minutes. I'm hoping this time we get a little bit lighter roast. This stirring mechanism stirs them up some, but every now and then, just like popcorn, you might want to stir it up just a little bit to make sure everything got moved around. You can see some steam coming out now. That's the first crack. And the color of the beans, come around and look at the beans. You can see beans are just barely starting to get dark. Now they're really popping very loudly. Now, as you can see, the color, they're really starting to roast now because that first crack is done. You could stop right there, and that would be a very light roast. The next one, now the big pop is gone. And now, if you can listen for a very light crackle sound. You can hear. You can see them now. They're getting darker. And that looks like it's probably going to be close to what we're looking for. You really go by color. And after you're done, I think that's pretty much as dark as you want. You want to look here? You want to take your beans out, and what I have is a metal pan floating in some cold water, because you want to cool the beans down as quickly as possible so they'll stop cooking. And I have this pan. It's very cool because it's been in the water, this cold water, and you just keep stirring the beans around. And this is really good to have a metal pan because the heat transfers away from the beans very quickly, and they cool down really quickly. They're already just warm to my touch now, and I'll just leave them in here for a little bit, let them continue to cool down. The pan is still cold. And you can see as the beans start to cool down, they're starting to slough off this outer skin that was on the beans itself. And that's like chaff. The next step will be to try to get some of that chaff off. It doesn't hurt if you just grind it up with your coffee, but I think if you get a lot of it there, it might affect the flavor some. So last time we did it, I just basically held it in my hand and blew it, and it just flies away very quickly. But it kind of makes a mess in your kitchen, so you might want to take it outside to do that part. Pretty much. They're very cool now. I'll just leave those sitting in there. The next thing you want to do, you see that this is the batch that we did last time, and they're a lot darker than this batch that we did this time. So basically I just took a jar and we drilled a little hole out of it, and you can get one of these. These are either for fermenting or for brewing beer, where you put a little bit of water in this chamber here, and it keeps odors and bacteria and everything else from getting down into your container, but it allows your container to off-gas. And what happens is over the next 24 hours, these beans will keep giving off gases like CO2. So this allows it to give off the gases and those to escape your jar, but doesn't allow anything else to get back in. And so after they cool down nice, then you can just take and have a grinder. I got this off of Amazon too, and you just put your little grinder, put your beans in the grinder, grind them up, put them in your coffee maker, and it is absolutely fabulous coffee. The flavor is just unbelievably fresh and so much better than any of the coffee that you get at the store. I put some coffee grounds on this plate here. This is French roast McDaniel's coffee, just some generic coffee. This is 8 o'clock coffee right here, and this is the coffee that we ground. And although there's really not a significant difference that you can see very readily in the grinds, this does have some really lighter flakes, and I'm not sure if that's filler or what it is, but this is a little darker. It doesn't have a lot of those light colored flakes in it, but boy, the difference in taste is just like night and day. Anyway, good luck with roasting your own beans. It's very easy. You can get, you know, several pounds of coffee, buy 20 pounds or something, and keep it in your pantry and just roast it as you need it. Thanks. From Brandywine Farm.